Liat, the Caribbean airline, is happy to announce the commencement of service to the United States Virgin Islands from summer 2018. This provides even more travel opportunities for Virgin Islanders to visit the Caribbean, whether for business or for pleasure. Liat will commence operations from July 2nd with a direct flight from Antigua to St. Thomas. Flight LI 550 will depart Antigua at 11:20 and arrive Cyril E. King International Airport at 12:20. And the return flight LI 551 will leave St. Thomas at 1:20 and arrive at BC Bird International Antigua at 2:20. Now this will allow passengers to easily connect to any of the destinations within the Liat network. The flights will operate on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays and will be operated using our ATR aircraft, that is the ATR 42, which will seat 48 passengers. Now these aircraft are part of our fleet, which is one of the youngest in the region and will assure you comfort on your Liat flight. Last year, in its press release, Liat committed to returning once operational integrity was achieved. We are proud to say that despite the challenges of a devastating hurricane season, we have improved our on-time performance and are working tirelessly to restoring connectivity throughout the region. So far for the year, we have achieved over 80% in our on-time performance. What does this mean? This means that over 80% of all Liat flights were on time to their destinations. We also reiterate our commitment to get you to your destination safely. This year, we continue our efforts to improve the Liat customer experience so that all persons who travel on Liat flights will have a great Liat experience. We reiterate once more that we are committed to connecting the region. We must thank Lieutenant Governor Porter and his team for their hard work in this partnership to ensure that our service is available to the USVI. We'd also like to acknowledge the Commissioner of Tourism, Commissioner Nicholson Doty, and her team for their continuous engagement, as well as the other authorities in the USVI, Customs and Border Patrol, TSA, and the Port Authority of the USVI. Liat looks forward to welcoming you on a Liat flight when we commence service to St. Thomas in July. Thank you.
Lieutenant Governor mentioned, first and foremost, the preferential treatment myth is just that, it's a myth. This is a federal program that is offered to all airlines, and it serves as an incentive to entice airlines for new routes and to bring service into the U.S. Virgin Islands. So that being said, I just want to clarify that Liat is not receiving anything that we're not offering to any other airline. Just last month, I attended the Routes 2018 conference in Quito, Ecuador, and that incentive was offered to every single airline that we met with. So this is a very robust program that is offered by the federal government, and again, we just offer it to Liat as we would any other airline that we are trying to entice to come into the U.S.
This one is for Liat. You said, coming back to the territory would have to be feasible, financially sustainable for the company. What changed when you guys stopped in 2017, I think February, and now? What would you say changed that would make Liat's return to the territory viable financially?
Thank you. So let's clear up a couple of things first. We announced in February that we were pulling out. And the term I prefer to use is suspension, because we didn't just say we were leaving, we gave the reasons why. We left St. Croix in March, and we left St. Thomas in June of last year. We had to look at our core schedule. Now, Liat at that time was serving 16 territories, including St. Thomas, St. Croix. And we had 10 aircraft, we had just completed the refleeting, and so we had to ensure that our core schedule was met, and that required us stabilizing the entire schedule, putting in some extra ground time, and when we looked at it, we would have to pull out of the markets. That was one. Two, we had to be sustainable as a market, as an airline. and one of the markets that we were losing money in was St. Croix. And so we had to make that financial decision of leaving St. Croix. So you may ask then why we're not going back to St. Croix. The reason is that it is not financially sustainable for us at this point. We're still always assessing markets. We're always looking for ways that we can get back into territories, meeting market demand. But at this point, St. Croix isn't one of those. St. Thomas, when we pulled up, was really for the operational reasons. And so when we were able to assess, and as Lieutenant Governor Potter said, we were looking, since he came to Antigua in June, to see, when are we going to be stable enough to come back in. This was really hampered by Hurricanes Irma and Maria, because just as the territory was affected, we were affected because 4 of our markets were off the grid. So we lost Puerto Rico, which was devastated. We had Tortola, which was badly damaged, Dominica, St. Martin. And we're still working to really restore that connectivity. And so when we were looking at our schedule, we were hopeful that it would have been earlier, but there are other logistical elements in play. But from our schedule change July the 1st, we'll be able to come back to St. Thomas. The first flight into St. Thomas itself will be on July the 2nd. And also, you'll note in the schedule that the flight is a direct flight from Antigua, where previously there were stops. Now it's a direct flight from Antigua to St. Thomas and back to Antigua.
Right, so you would say, and just following up on that, you would say part of the reason for pulling out, you would say, is losing money from St. Croix and your operational issues.
Yeah, so we had operational issues, and that's something that as an airline we've acknowledged. We really had to look at our on-time performance, and we've published the numbers. I think you would have received a press release where 2016 we had operated at, I think, 49%, and really this was way below industry standard, and we accept that. We accept what our customers are saying, and we really have to step back, listen to the market, and see how we are going to improve, because we're really a connection throughout the Caribbean. And so when we did that, we reassessed. We got up to 68% last year. We're aiming for 80% and above this year. So far for the year we have January 81.8, which put us second in the Latin American Caribbean region for regional carriers. Last month it was 83%, February. And we're really working to restore that confidence in the Liat brand. As the Lieutenant Governor also said, for a lot of the islanders, and we've heard it, I have friends who live here, we've heard people say they want to get around the Caribbean, and the USVI is a part of the Caribbean, not because it's called the United States Virgin Islands. A lot of islanders, they tell you they're from the Caribbean, and so we have to provide that link that is not held by any other airline. If you look throughout the Caribbean for the network, we have one of the most expansive networks all the way south to Guyana. David and myself yesterday were saying that there was a gentleman who came on the flight with us, because we did the Tortola boat trek as well. He came all the way from Guyana yesterday morning. So he started on the 392, up the road to Antigua, took the flight from Antigua to Tortola to get here. That's going to be simpler now, because he just takes the flight up to Antigua, direct from Antigua to St. Thomas.
Relative to the waiving of the landing fees, did Liat have that, enjoyed that benefit prior to the halting the flights? Suspending? Was it?
Well, as I mentioned before, that is an incentive program offered to entice new routes and new airlines. Given that I started the organization this year, as far as what incentives were in place for Liat previously, I honestly couldn't speak intelligently about that specific topic, but I could find out.
So you're not sure if it was part of it?
Originally, I'm not sure.
Would Liat know?
I don't think we were.
Okay, you don't think you were part of it. Okay, and so of course...
Let me interject, because the incentive is not for existing aircraft that's traveling and have regular routes. It's to encourage someone that left to come to return, or someone new, some new aircraft or airline that wants to enter. So it would not have been available for an ongoing operations for Liat, but since it left and there was a break, then they qualify to re-enter, and that is the reason for it.
So LT, this may be for you or Port Authority, with Inter-Caribbean starting connecting flights, I think in March, are they also being offered that incentive?
It's available for any new aircraft or airline entering the territory.
Okay. So I guess that answers
What would it
Yes,
take
it is.
for Liat to return to St. Croix?
That's a question we would probably leave with our commercial department. They are consistently assessing different markets, and St. Croix, obviously because of our previous relationship, is still very much in the radar right now. I don't know that we